Today, Roblox has apparently earned that X in their name. This is CheckPoint. Welcome to CheckPoint. It's getting darker this time of year in our hemisphere, so here's some advice.
Move to Australia.
Really? I was thinking advice like get a sad light.
Why would anybody want a light that makes them sad? Get happy light. Move to Australia. Hey, Sonic Rumble isn't going to use gacha mechanics for its monetization because gamers don't like it. You're welcome. In an interview with Automaton, translated into English, Sonic franchise lead Takashi Iizuka said, "In the Japanese and Asian markets, it's common to have to spend tens of thousands of yen in a game until you draw a rare character and then finally get to move on." It's not clear whether he's describing this as a good or a bad thing, but his framing it as finally getting to move on, and I checked two different translations, and that was definitely the intent, tells me that he's not a fan. Rumble's director Makoto Tase added, "Monetization models that use gacha mechanics have not been very successful when it comes to games targeted towards worldwide audiences of all ages. Also, such mechanics tend to be shunned overseas, so we didn't think it was the right choice for this project." Now, that's not true. Fire Emblem Heroes has been a money spinner for years, and the Hoyoyo-verse doesn't keep releasing concurrently supported live service games for their health. People may not like that system, but gacha games work. By shunned overseas, do you mean there's a very real chance the European Union might ban gacha mechanics? Because that seems like a much more likely reason than we've decided to make less money because some people might complain about it. So instead, they're going to act like they're above the notion of being a gacha game while promoting a game that finally answers the question, what if Sonic was Fall Guys?
A report published by Hindenburg Research alleges that Roblox inflates the number of quote-unquote people on its platform by between 25 and 42%, and engagement hours by over 100%. The report also alleges that Roblox is aware of the problem and keeps two separate listings, one for internal use with an accurate number of unique users, and one for investors with an inflated number that includes alts and bots used to farm currency. The report's second part is titled, "Our in-game Roblox research revealed an X-rated pedophile hellscape, exposing children to grooming, pornography, violent content, and extremely abusive speech." A title printed in 32-point boldface. It alleges that Roblox's lack of moderation features allows sexual predators to target children, showing thousands of sexually explicit groups, chat rooms, and games accessible to accounts listed as belonging to users under 13 years of age. Roblox responded to the report, saying that the game, quote, "has a robust set of proactive and preventative safety measures designed to catch and prevent malicious or harmful activity on the platform." Interviews conducted by Hindenburg Research revealed that moderation is outsourced to call centers in the Global South, where workers describe reviewing traumatic material for $12 an hour. I'm sorry, $12 a day, with only a limited ability to keep perpetrators off the platform. Roblox also challenged the report's metrics on the platform's growth by pointing out that the company remains profitable and that its methodology for calculating metrics is publicly disclosed. If you're wondering why the report and Roblox's response gives so much detail around the company's growth and profitability, it helps to know that Hindenburg Research is an investment research firm that focuses on activist short selling. That means that before publishing reports, Hindenburg shorts the stock of the company that they are investigating in the expectation that the report will cause a drop in the company's stock prices. Roblox highlights this in their response, and to be fair, this does sound sketchy, but it doesn't make the content of the report not true. The report's argument, which is kind of interesting if you care to read it, is that Roblox's reported net losses makes their stock dependent not on user growth, but investor perception of user growth. If the report is able to cast doubt on Roblox's numbers or scare off shareholders not wanting to associate with an X-rated pedophile hellscape, Hindenburg, named after the famous disaster, stands to make a lot of money, a motivation which is literally mercenary, but again does not make the report false. What it does mean is that the report is leveraging Roblox's inability to moderate content on its platform to make money, which seems about right for Roblox.
Exciting news from the world of competitive Tetris drop this week. 16-year-old Twitch streamer Dog Playing Tetris has set a new record for levels completed and a new high score record. The two-time Tetris world champion, also known as Michael Arteaga, performed this feat during a stream last weekend that opened with calling his camera a mean name and declaring early into some warm-up games that his rolling feels kind of insane, just kidding, .help. But it would turn out that help wasn't required, as Arteaga endured through 255 levels to be the first person to achieve the game's rebirth, which rolled it back to level 0 where the pieces fall slowly again. As a tribute to streamers everywhere, the teenager let go of his Nintendo controller and bumped his setup, muting himself in the middle of exclaiming, oh my god, I can't believe it, it's actually over." And since then, because he had a lot of time before he had to make his next move, he got to lay down for a bit on the bed in the background, which also seems like an important Twitch moment. Arteaga then rounded out his historic run of Tetris. Yes, that Tetris, the one from 1984, played on the Nintendo Entertainment System with the classic controllers. Well, actually, there's something called a Goofy Foot controller that has the buttons in the D-pad reversed, and the way that the player interacts with the controller is a technique called rolling that was invented as recently as 2020 by another competitive Tetris player whose name is Cheese. And the version of Tetris the kids play these days is modified to prevent a glitch that regularly crashes the game around level 155, but it still looks like the Tetris you know from the Taron Egerton movie. Anyways, Dog Playing Tetris kept jamming until hitting 4,216 lines and 29.4 million points before finally succumbing to the little blocks hitting the top of the screen and declaring, "GG, I'm so glad that game is over. I never want to play this game again."
Look, I promised everyone that I would avoid any speculation and spoilers for Nintendo's new hardware until it drops, and now that it's here, I can finally talk about it. So here it is. Fuck! Nintendo has introduced a new hardware product, Alarmo! It's a fun little device that promises to wake you up semi-gently with sounds and pictures from various Nintendo games. It does this through a motion sensor that detects movement in your bed and tailors the specific Nintendo scene that you select to encourage you to get vertical before Bowser rips your head off. Which, given my mom's method of dynamiting me out of bed when I was younger, I don't know. I know my mom loves me and I love her, but some mornings I'd have preferred the spiky turtle with a gushy heart. More importantly, the Alarmo fact states that if you have multiple people or pets in bed with you, fucking nice, but also you should use the button mode instead of motion sensing, which largely defeats the purpose of having a motion sensor. Well, unless you sleep by your lonesome, and I sleep in a big bed with my wife. God damn it, do not get down on me about this. Okay? I love a good whimsy, okay? I really think this new thing is cute. I think that it's an interesting extension of all of the health and quality of life projects Nintendo is constantly doing. I think that I would totally have an Alarmo on my nightstand if I was 20 years younger, but to me, it essentially feels like paying 130 Canadian dollars for an always-on internet-connected motion sensor next to my bed so Nintendo can watch me sleep. Then again, you're already playing Pokemon Sleep, so sweet dreams either way.
It's clear that sleep gaming is the new cool thing, so I want everyone to get ready for Professor Pigglesworth Sleep Oinker.
We have it on our development roadmap, and we're confident that it will be ready to be delayed in Q2 2025.
Coming up, Genshin Impact's newest character Shilonin is a rollerblading hip-hop blacksmith DJ cat girl. Oh, isn't it sad when fantasy games fall into the same old Dungeons and Dragons character tropes?
Smooth as silk today.
Oh, that was a good run.
That felt awesome.
That was both of us nailing our stories right away.
Yeah.
Flips the desk. You know, it's just tempting though, isn't it? Just to push
a little bit,
over.
to just be like, no, we're done, and just escape.
Just kick it.
Big thanks to Cameron for the Roblox story.
And big thanks to Nelson for the Tetris story.
It's I don't want to. I don't want to talk about the Roblox story in detail. I do think it's interesting that you can set up a research company that's whole thing is sell reports to people so that they can
short stock.
They can short stock. But I'm like, sometimes getting people involved in corporate activism is to appeal to their wallets. Anyway.
I mean, here's the deal. I'm listening to all this and I'm like, Jesus Christ. And but here's the thing. I have told Penelope has friends who play Roblox and she is not allowed because it is not a good platform. And here's the deal. Nobody wants to watch your child play video games constantly. Your child also doesn't need that. I don't want to have Penelope play whatever and then have me feel like I need to supervise her because then she doesn't have any freedom.
Yeah.
So I just want her to play a game that I know that she can just do whatever the hell she wants in and explore that from a gameplay point of view.
There's hundreds of games that kids can play that are safe, that are even some multiplayer games that are even
Nintendo games.
Yeah.
So you can set up Nintendo games you can play, and then there's big limits on how you can interact with other people. You can set up your own Minecraft server, and obviously if the kids on there are gonna bully each other, they'd be doing it at school anyhow. But
yeah, the world has changed a lot since we were young, but it really hasn't changed a lot at its nut.
At its core.
Yeah.
But the point being, you cannot leave kids to be just looking around on the internet unsupervised because there are very unscrupulous people that want to take advantage of that and know that there are these platforms to do so. Yeah. And Jesus Christ. Is disgusting. It's revolting, and I hope that and honestly, I don't know if I like the idea of we're just trying to make money by short selling, but maybe they just take the whole company down.
That would be amazing to see.
That would be fine. That's
company like that. Wow.
A little bit of collateral damage. Let's go.
Hey, if you support us on the channel through Patreon, thank you. If you support us on through YouTube's or through the other things you do, like at store.loadingreadyrun.com for all the great merch, which I am currently trying to get refilled prior to Desert Bus coming up in November. We are very grateful that you would do that, and if you're backing this channel, in fact, LRR Video Games, you'll see your name come up soon after we're done here.
Yeah, so thank you so much for all your support. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, take care. We'll talk to you later.
Bye-bye. Why would you want a light that makes you sad? Move to Australia!